Let's take a look at this clip. This is Joe Biden on Jimmy Kimmel, which is amazing. Over 118 days, he doesn't show up for any interview. And he finally does one with a not very funny comedian, Jimmy Kimmel, on his show out in California. But what he says, it doesn't make sense. Let's listen.
I'm serious. You turn on the TV, look at the ads. When's the last time you saw biracial couples on TV? When's the last time you saw the way, I mean, people are selling products, they do ads to sell products, and they sell products when they appeal to people. This generation is going to change everything. We just got to make sure we don't give up.
That made no sense at all. I mean, that made no sense. And this thing about you never see biracial couples. Yeah, you do. You see every kind of person imaginable in the name of diversity and tolerance. The only people you don't ever see are Christian people portrayed in a favorable way. You never see them. But don't worry, Joy Behar on The View has our back. But this comment she made this past week about black people and guns may be one of the most blatantly racist things I've ever heard on TV. Watch.
Most AR-15 owners are former military, 35 plus and married. So that's all I'm saying is that they're not just crazy people.
Okay. Here's the thing. Once black people get guns in this country, the gun laws will change. Trust me.
I don't trust you, Joy, and I'll tell you something. Black people are getting guns in this country. You know what demographic saw the largest increase in the possession and ownership of firearms last year? Black women. Up 56% from the year before, 56%. And why? Because people like you have convinced everybody that we ought to let the criminals loose, don't put them in jail, let them out, don't make them pay bail or anything like that. And the cities, including the one you live in, are so unsafe that people know they got to protect themselves. So I give credit to the black women who have bought the largest increase of guns to protect themselves, because, by the way, if they live in Michigan, the cops may not be able to walk or run fast enough to get to their home while their house is being broken into. It's kind of interesting that even networks like CNN, which try so hard to cover for Joe Biden, they find it very hard to do. Let's watch.
Well, Brianna, look, not only are we seeing gas prices continue to climb, but now they're rising at an even faster rate, in some cases 4, 5, even 6 cents a day. Just look at that national average, now up 64 cents in a month, up a quarter in just the past 7 days.
Yeah, up a quarter in the past 7 days. Highest prices we've ever had. For the first time in all of American history, gasoline is now averaging over $5 a gallon.
Yeah. What did you pay the last time you pumped?
$4.59.
Okay, same.
Arkansas is a little cheaper than some. I was looking in Nashville, it was like $4.79, I think, across the street from our studio. So I do look at that stuff. You know, I'm not one that'll drive around town spending $3 worth of gasoline to save 5 cents a gallon, because by then you're not saving anymore. I kind of know where in my area there's a good spot to get it. I'll tell you what, gas prices are so high that there is a police department in Michigan that can't afford to run their patrol cars.
Right, they've already hit their budget for the year and we're halfway through.
Yeah, here's what they're doing, watch.
Gas prices are so high, the Isabella County Sheriff's Office here says they've actually blown through their fuel budget already, so they will respond to some non-emergency calls by phone, try to resolve those issues by phone. Now, the national average for a gallon of gas hovering at just under $5 at $4.97 a gallon right now. Here in Michigan, gas prices have set a record high for 7 consecutive days.
So if you need a police officer in Michigan, you hope he can walk real well, because he'll have to walk to your house to respond to your emergency. It's like you can't make this stuff up. And you'd think that members of Congress, particularly the leadership like Nancy Pelosi, would be very concerned of how this is affecting your family. But here's Nancy Pelosi talking about inflation. It's amazing. It's hard to believe she even said this. Watch.
So things have improved, but inflation has gone up, and we must address that because the cost of food and the price at the pump. Now, the price at the pump is affected by shortages, some of it caused by Putin. This is Putin's price at the pump. Not all of it, but much of it. when you have lower supply, you have higher costs. That's just the way it is. So we have to recognize it. We have to mitigate for it. And that's part of what we have been doing, but we'll continue to do next week.
Always going to be next week. Nancy's going to do something. The Senate unanimously passed, now think about this, unanimously passed a bill this week that would have protected Supreme Court justices at their homes and would have given them the same protection that she, Nancy Pelosi, gets as a member of Congress. It goes to the House. Should be an easy lift. Every Democrat, every Republican in the Senate recognized that you cannot have Supreme Court justices being assassinated because they might make a decision that makes someone unhappy. And not just the justice, but their families, those with little kids like Brett Kavanaugh. It gets to the House and Nancy Pelosi refuses to bring it up for a vote. She refuses to bring it up for a vote. And when asked why, she says, well, nobody's in danger this week. Everybody can get through the weekend. It's really tragic. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, then subscribe, and hit the notification bell below. Now, if you didn't like it, you ought to find a Ben Shapiro video to detox you with more facts.